Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. We're back with another Mierce Miniatures model here with all sorts of alliteration, right? We've got Malus of Antioch, a Magus Infernum. So outside of a very few specific models for the Inferni, I don't think I've ever actually built any of their demi-human, more humanoid models. I've got an armored Secus, I believe it was Secus, that I've been meaning to get around to finishing. You can see I had to green stuff him up here. Really nice. I've just never gotten around to it. And I actually think I have a couple other of the Fiends of Dis that need to get done, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about Malus of Antioch. So he is one of their, like, priestly mage fire dudes here. 30mm base. I always liked Mierce's bases with the directions, cardinal directions, at least for the front and side flanks, all mapped out. I think he was a digital sculpt. I'm not 100% sure. I can always go and check. That does not look like fun to get off, but get it off we must. So he has a very Romanesque look to him, but that is absolutely appropriate for the Inferni. They have a very Byzantine humanoid look to them, and that's quite intentional. So they're supposed to be like split from the Holy Roman Empire or something, or I don't remember the exact specifics of the background lore. Lots of horns here. I'm assuming, well, I was going to say they're going to go on his helmet, but no, his helmet already has horns. He's got a flaming arm, front piece of his armor, the other leg, nice axe that doesn't look very Romanesque, but that's okay. Actually quite elaborate armor, but he's supposed to be like a bigwig leader type, so that's not that surprising. He does have a little bit of custom rubble to perch upon. He's got a flaming staff. Oh, you know what? Okay, look. That's where those extra horns are going to go, it looks like. You can see there's the little slots when it stays in focus. There's like a skull face on his staff. I wasn't aware of that. Okay. How big is he? We'll use one of my Milesians here as a nice starting point. So he looks to be pretty much in scale with the current ranges. Mierce has been kind of going back and updating a lot of their infantry fodder, you know, basic standby battle line type units. So I don't think they've done much in the way of the Easians, but I know like the more human stuff. I think I've got some of the Norsemen. I'll grab some of those once I have him put together, though, so we can get a good idea of just how big our Magus friend Malus. Well, Malus is a Magus, so yeah. Anyway. We'll see how he stacks up with some of the other models from Mierce's line, as well as whatever else I can pull out of my collection. So sit tight and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, we got Malus of Antioch all put together here. And you'll notice he is blue tacked to that base of his because, well, the connectors on his feet didn't really cooperate with where the placement of the slots in the base were. But that's really a nitpicky, insignificant detail that's easily fixed. I'm just going to clip it off and glue it all on there in the end anyways. But he is suitably impressive in his flashy looking armor here. Now, I will admit I did have to go look at photos online to figure out how to get that staff put together. I'm not 100% sure if I did it correctly. I'm pretty sure just based on all the horns and where they go and where the flames are supposed to be looking and going up. So hopefully, well, it's going to have to work. It doesn't matter hopefully or not. I don't know what I did with his actual base. I have like a bunch of other Mierce bases, but not his. Now, he is part of the, not the Inferni, the Byzantines? Is it that what he is? I don't know. Grabbing some Romans. Now, that is an older Warlord one. I don't know where my Victrix ones are at the moment. I would have grabbed some of those as well. But obviously, they are suitably puny in comparison. Grabbing a Reaper Human and a GW Human. I think based on his base there, he is suitably big and impressive. If you want a more human-sized, big bad, evil wizard type. I think he would totally work in settings outside of the Darklands, but giving him some Darkland opponents of somewhat human size. I'm like, I was going to show him, but I think Garth is a little too ready to party on there with his crazy trophy rack. Garth is just huge also. But he's a really cool figure, and I really feel like I need to fix those bones on his front there. One of the old lizard men. So again, I think, you know, he is visibly impressive in his details. The axe may not be the most Romanesque weapon, but we'll let that one slide. Overall, he is definitely still human compared to some of the other demi-legionnaire and demi-magus types. But I think it works. I think if you want something that could sort of kind of blend in with historicals, I think he could do it. If you're familiar with games like Broken Legion from Osprey, I think that might be a good place to have him go in there. He could definitely work as like a Chaos Wizard or something like that. The armor isn't overtly Romanesque, but you can still absolutely see traces of that style in the segmented and layered armor there. So, gotta say, pretty cool. I am not 100% sure how I'm going to paint him. Probably up like my typical Roman Legionnaires. Whether that is going to look correct or not, I think is anybody's guess. But overall, nice sculpt. Just little weird nitpicky things like the fact that his foot and the base don't exactly line up, and there is no second hole there where the blue tack is. But that is not a huge, big deal. If you haven't had a chance to check out Mierce's site before, they make some really killer resin stuff, and they always have some kind of interesting deal going on with sales and new models getting released. So if you stumble upon their website today and nothing really strikes your fancy, I absolutely do recommend take a look in a couple weeks, because you never know, they might have a new deal going on and it'll be that much more enticing. Obviously, we'll have a link down below. And with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures. Saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.